2024, 6 p.m. Member of the County Board of Commissioners meeting. Welcome and thank you for your attendance. Please silence all your cell phones and other electronic devices. This time we'll stand for the invocation by Mr. Jared McCarthy, then it's followed by the pledge.
Lord, we give you thanks that we live in a country where we can come together. We have the freedom to govern ourselves, Lord. Please, Lord, make us capable. Please help us to hear the needs of our people and to fulfill them as best we can. With responsibility and with their hearts and mind, Lord. In your name, amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the next item is adopt the agenda. Are there any changes that need to be made to the agenda?
Yes, sir. We do need to make an addition. The addition will be under new business number 6, and that will be for the consideration of purchase of a sheriff's office vehicle.
Okay. Any other changes?
I don't believe so.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Do you have any presentations today?
No, sir.
Finance report.
Mr. Vice Chair and Commissioners, in front of you have the bank balances as of 4 o'clock today. All the funds are holding a steady balance. There's no concerns on any of the funds and finances from our aspect. The host fee check did come in the mail, I think, yesterday. The tipping fees check we should have by the end of the week. There was an error on their end. They had to reissue it, so we should be getting that check by the end of the week. On the second page, the SPOS, T-SPOS. At last meeting, the SPOS was $88,000. It's now $203,000. There was a June allocation that was not recorded due to me being on vacation, not counting that. So we did get our balance up to $203,000 that's available to spend out of SPOS. T-SPOS balance reduced from over $500,000 down to $318,000. So we're going in the right direction on T-SPOS with the allocations coming in. Probably in about 3 months, that'll be balanced back out to zero, and we'll start seeing a surplus on that.
Are there any questions for the finance director or about the finance report? Okay, do we have any department heads here to speak tonight?
First off, I just want to let you guys know that as of last week, every address that's been requested since January has been caught up. All addresses are caught up now and are being responded within the same day or within the next day. So thank you. We have got that caught up. And due to all the rains we've been having a lot of trouble, not really trouble now, but we have been staying on top of the timber companies going in and out of the roads because the dirt roads have been so wet, and then bringing mud out on paved roads. So if you guys get calls about the timber trucks, we are on top of all that as well. Other than that, everything else seems to be running pretty smoothly. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Just some other brief ones. IT, I know Matt helped with the 911 non-emergency lines when they had an issue. Also just assisted with getting things out while Allison was away. We appreciate that, and same issues as always. Human resources, they continue to work on the wellness program, hiring and personnel matters. Animal control, we are still at full capacity. The shelter currently has 52 dogs and 34 kennels and 14 cats. The number of calls for July to the shelter was 162. They had 8 adoptions, and they had a yard sale that brought in $385. And I know George has been working hard on those adoptions, putting in extra hours and whatnot. The fire department, Chief Stevens located and examined some fire trucks, which we will discuss later as an agenda. That's all I have.
Some other department head comments?
No, I think so.
Okay, do we have any citizen comment?
We do have 2 citizens signed up for comment.
Okay, I'll read the guidelines for that. The citizen comment, speakers must contact the county clerk, a.stevens@memberofthecountyga.gov. or call 706-672-3460 on or before the dates and times listed below in order to be placed on the agenda to speak. Speakers must provide their name, address, and topic they wish to discuss. For the second Wednesday of the month, 9 a.m. meeting, speakers must email or call before 5 p.m. on the day before the scheduled meeting. For the fourth Tuesday of the month, 6 p.m. meeting, speakers must email or call before 5 p.m. on the day of the scheduled meeting. Speakers must direct their remarks to the board and not to individual commissioners or to the audience. Personal disagreements with individual commissioners or county employees are not a matter of public concern. Personal attacks will not be tolerated. Speakers will be allotted 3 minutes to speak on their chosen topics as they relate to matters pertinent to the jurisdiction of the Board of Commissioners. No questions will be asked by any of the commissioners during citizen comments. Outbursts from the audience will not be tolerated. Common courtesy and civility are expected at all times during the meeting. No speaker will be permitted to speak more than 3 minutes or more than once unless the board votes to suspend this rule. So, first person I have on the list is Ms. Evie Kettler. If you will, state your name and address.
My name is Evie Kettler, and I live at 514 Lindsay Taylor Way, LaGrange. Name, address. Oh, and I'm here to talk about tethering. Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm here today due to a post I was tagged in regarding a tethered dog. I felt it necessary to come forward and share what the City of LaGrange, along with many others in Georgia, have implemented. Currently, your law permits a dog to be kept on a runner 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without any supervision. However, it is important to note that the packaging for runners explicitly states that their product is not intended for permanent restraint and should never be used unsupervised. Those who enacted this law may not be aware of this, so I'm bringing it to your attention. Tethering a dog can lead to aggressive behavior. Additionally, many of these dogs may become pregnant by roaming dogs, as they are often not spayed, contributing to the overpopulation. Furthermore, tethered dogs are unable to protect themselves and are vulnerable. As the mayor and as the chairman and commissioners, I urge you to address this issue. Your role in this matter and your actions can make a significant difference. The push for ordinances against unsupervised tethering is part of a larger initiative to ensure the humane treatment of animals. These regulations aim to prevent dogs from being tied up alone for long periods, enhancing their quality of life and reducing potential harm. A no unsupervised dog tethering ordinance can significantly improve animal welfare, enhance public safety, and promote a more compassionate community. By educating the public, enforcing these regulations, and supporting pet owners, communities can ensure the humane treatment of dogs and mitigate the risk associated with unsupervised tethering. This ordinance is not just a regulation, it's a crucial step towards fostering a healthier and more caring environment for animals and humans. I have provided you with a copy of your ordinance, the City of LaGrange shelter requirements, which I helped pass that law, and the tethering ordinance, which I helped pass that law last year. I asked the City Council to give people a year to get into compliance to help so that it would not affect animal control. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you for letting me be here today.
Thank you. Okay, next is Ryan Moore.
Hello, Ryan Moore, 7007 William Street, Greenville, Georgia. Here to talk about the tax assessor's office. Our county's taxes need to be reassessed. I'm sure you're all aware, we have not been assessed as a county since 2009. That is fact. You can find that out at the tax assessor's office. Georgia Department of Revenue recommends that we reassess every 3 years. We have gone 15 years without having our county's taxes reassessed. Every time our tax assessor asks for a budget to get reassessed by hiring an outside entity, you guys have denied it the last 3 years. They are about to request it again on the new budget coming soon, which I'm assuming is the next couple of weeks. I'm assuming you're going to deny it there too. I would like to call you out on that because you are not the police of the tax assessor's office. The tax assessor's office, according to Georgia state law, is allowed to request funds and you guys write the check. That's pretty much as simple as it gets. If you have an issue with the tax assessor's office or how they spend that money or need the money, you are allowed to contact the Department of Revenue and they will do a formal review of that tax assessor's office. That's the way our Georgia law is set up. But for some reason in Meriwether County, we don't follow Georgia law. So I'd love to know, of course, I know you guys aren't allowed to speak back. I wanted to get an answer as to why they are continually being denied. And I'm assuming you're going to deny them again come the next budget. They have 17,000 parcels in Meriwether County that need to be reassessed. Commercial, residential, industrial, agriculture, all different kinds, like 7 different entities. At $40 a piece is the average amount to hire an outside company to assess these taxes. That's $680,000. If they ask you for $680, you're supposed to give them $680. Let's say for giggles that it comes back at $1 million. It doesn't matter. You write the check, they reassess the county. As long as everybody's property taxes are reassessed, everything gets leveled out, the millage rate goes down. The people who haven't been assessed in 15 years, yes, their taxes will go up. The people who have moved here in the last 5 years, their taxes will probably go down because the millage rate in Manchester is 50 right now, 50. The millage rate in Molina is 8. Why? We have to look within. You have problems like that citizen with the dog stuff. You have problems with roads. All of our problems are solved with money. That's how America works. That's how capitalism works. If we don't collect the money, we can't spend the money. You are sitting on a gold mine, an absolute gold mine of taxes. All you have to do is assess what we currently have in our county, and the commercial will be fixed. So when a company wants to come in and buy commercial property and they see that commercial property on the Greenville Square is valued at $33,000, but yet the person selling it wants $150,000, that person walks away from that sale.
Thank you. Are there any other citizen comments?
No, sir, that's it.
Okay. All right, so we'll move to the minutes of the July 10th, 2024 regular meeting at 9 a.m. I take it the board has had a chance to review the minutes. Are there any amendments that need to be made?
Make a motion to approve the minutes, July 10th, 2024.
I wasn't here, so.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Brian, you're abstaining.
Okay. We have a need for a public hearing.
No, sir.
All right. Next is appointments. Under appointments, we have an appointment to Region 4 EMS Council for Position 2 to fill the term that expires on June the 30th, 2024. This is a 3-year appointment to expire June the 30th, 2027.
Yes, sir. Previously, this position was filled by our Captain Robert Etheridge, which is a paramedic. He was actually helping a lot in our training division during the absence of a training chief and lower staffing levels. Since then, this position has expired, and I've got a training chief, Chief Christy Grice. She's overseeing our EMS and fire training. She's also previously served on Region 2 EMS Council, so she has some experience with this council as well. And she also does hold a paramedic certification. So my recommendation is appoint Chief Christy Grice to this 3-year term for Position 2.
Can you spell that last name?
Grice.
Okay, thank you.
Any commissioners have any comment?
I make a motion to appoint Christy Grice per the recommendation of the chief.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Moving along to unfinished business. Number 1 there is intergovernmental agreement regarding the conducting of the 2024 municipal special election for the city of Lona.
Yes, sir. Mr. Vice Chair, Patty will speak to this, and I'm just going to say I recommend we move forward with this. They're needing to go ahead and get it in place at this point in order to, for sure, go ahead and be able to have their election.
City of Lone Oak contacted me about us conducting their election. I have not seen a call being placed. that deadline is approaching. So if they make the call, we can conduct the election. If they don't make the call, I won't conduct the election.
So we wouldn't be bound. So we wouldn't be bound to do it.
If they don't make
If they
the
don't
call,
make
no.
the call. Okay.
They have to legally make the call in order for the election to be held.
When's the last day for that to happen?
The last date is August the 7th, but the last publication is August the 1st.
Do we have anyone here from Lone Oak that can speak to that?
Morgan Lamb, City Council member for Lone Y'all really gonna put me on the hot spot. Morgan Lamb, City Council member for Lone Oak. I was not prepared to speak. I just happened to see that Lone Oak had business here on the agenda just night before last, and I was like, well, I better show up in case nobody else does. As far as the process for all this, it's like, whoo. So I'm actually trying to take some mental notes as y'all are talking, and I may actually try to reach out to somebody after this meeting to see what needs to be done, all the steps to make sure we meet these deadlines and get everything together.
Good thing you were here. Thank you.
That's why we showed up.
Mr. Chair, I would like to, since there are some deadlines that Ms. Threadgill is alluding to, I don't want the county to get stuck in an agreement, having approved an agreement that they can't meet because of the deadline. So I would make, if there's a motion that gets made on the table, I would suggest it be contingent upon Lone Oak timely calling the election. So you'd be allowing, you'd be approving it contingent and allowing the chair to sign contingent upon the timely call of the election.
You have any more comments about it? What's the pleasure of the board on this item?
I would make the motion for us to go ahead and contingent upon the City of Lone Oak reaching out to the elections office for the intergovernmental agreement to be approved by this board so that we can move forward. Now, the one thing, we do meet on August the 1st, so anything that we should be meeting August 1st, we could complete that at that particular special call meeting. Would that be okay?
My understanding from Patty is that the deadline for calling the election is August the 1st. Is that what you're saying?
That is the last publication in.
For the publication, so they need to call it before you, so you can publish it timely.
They publish it. They're responsible for publishing it.
And so I think if you make your motion contingent that as soon as they have made the call, y'all will have the ability to sign and allow this to become into effect.
And
So
anything we
then
need
you
to
don't need to worry
finalize?
about doing it on your
Okay.
August 1 meeting. You would have
Okay.
already
All right.
approved it contingent upon them making a timely call that meets the,
Okay,
And so then the date on the IGA would not be until then. Is that?
that's correct.
Okay.
okay.
So, for instance, where it says on that's page 3, I think, where the chair would sign, he'd be able to sign and date it the day that they have made the call.
Okay. Did I cover everything in the motion?
I think so.
Okay, so motion stands.
So we have a motion, we get a second?
Second. Yeah. I think there was some extra that he had in there that maybe
You
we
restate the
didn't.
motion.
So,
So can you please restate the motion?
well, we can actually make the motion per our legal statement.
So I think the motion I am recommending is that you approve this intergovernmental agreement contingent upon the City of Lone Oak timely making the call sufficient to satisfy all deadlines under Georgia election law.
Motion stands as legal suggested.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Give me a second. All right. All right, next item is approved contract with Southern Sky LLC for fireworks July 4th, 2025 in Lake Maywood.
Yes, sir. Southern Sky provided us with an offer of what they could do for $20,000. I noted in the issue paper that, although we're approved at $25,000, we can negotiate that as we go after selecting a bidder, selecting somebody to perform the event. I contacted 2 other companies along that same dollar amount, so they would have an even and fair procurement. Pyrotechnico won't be able to do it on the 4th of July, and Pyro Products can't do it for less than $35,000 on the 4th of July. So Southern Sky went ahead and proactively provided a contract, even asked for that. I would suggest that in the interest of time and given the quality of work that we got from Southern Sky, a lot of positive feedback from the public, that we go ahead and approve them to perform the fireworks event on July 4th, 2025, contingent upon legal review of the contract.
Any discussion or motion by the board?
I just have a question. I know that it was a good event, but I know Manchester's going to continue theirs next year too. I wish we could all come to some type of agreement so there's not so much taxpayer money being spent throughout the county for the same type of event. So I don't know if it's something that we need to discuss with Manchester to see if we can come to a medium for everything, because they do plan on doing it, and I really don't want it to be a competition between the county and Manchester. I'd rather it be something that we do together for the entire county.
Yeah, we just want to do it for the whole county, involve Manchester, Greenville, Woodbury, all of them into one fireworks at Lake Meriwether.
Yeah.
If they did not give you a deadline, did they give you a deadline on entering this contract?
They did not, but the general understanding is that the actual 4th of July show is on the 4th, fill up pretty quickly, so.
I mean, if they didn't give you a deadline, then obviously y'all can table it and try to have those discussions, but I think what Jared is saying is there's no guarantee that this date will still be available.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
And I think we could, still bring in other local governments if they wanted to, maybe not as a sign-or on this contract, but there's other elements to the event, other expenses and things, and ways they can participate.
Well, I make a motion, we approve it.
We have a motion, do we have a second? I'll second it. All in favor?
I'll go along with it, but I won't be here next year, so,
And I'm not really wanting to oppose it. I just wish we could come to some type of talk before so much tax money is spent between the two. Because they've been doing it for 12, 13 years since the sheriff stopped, and they've included the entire county to come into Manchester too, and now the county has started doing it at Lake Meriwether. I don't like to see the division like that.
I agree with you. I think Manchester's done a fantastic job. I think they should keep doing it.
Yeah.
They are the largest municipality in the county, and I think we should continue to fund them in some sort to be able to help do that. They're county citizens as well. But I think that what happened at Lake Meriwether this year, the community really appreciated and really enjoyed. It's a chance to grow from it. So we had a motion and a second, and the motion passed with 3 votes, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Any other discussion about this?
No.
Were you a non-vote or?
No, I opposed.
You were an opposed.
And that's only because I would want the talks to take place.
Item number 3, pay scale for county salaried employees.
I think until all 5 of us are here, I know that Gene has some things that he wants to be included on too. I just make a motion that we table this until our next meeting.
Second.
All in favor? All right, under new business, we have item number 1, jail annex fire exit door.
Yes, sir. Essentially, we have a door over at the jail annex that does not open, and for safety reasons, particularly if there's a fire, we want that door to be able to open. So that's a very simple one. We were just looking to include that with the work that's already going on there. The estimated cost we got is $9,375 to put a door in that will function correctly. That one's pretty old and far gone. So the recommendation there was to approve the replacement of that door.
Any discussion from the board or?
Where would the funds come from? Jail fund?
Already approved, it would just be like an addendum to
The existing contract.
Are we using the annex?
It would be
Correct.
That'd be SPOS, that'd be
Yeah.
on the jail locks and
The CAOs.
the CAOs, it'd be just a change order to CAOs.
And it was funded out of what?
SPOS.
SPOS.
Did we just get one bid?
Yes, just from the people that are actually already doing the work. That's their proposed amount.
They propose doing it as a change order?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's not a separate bid, it's a change order to your existing contract.
Well, I
That
make,
includes the door frame, removal and disposal of the pre-existing metal door.
I'll make the motion to go ahead and move forward with a change order to change the annex door with the funding source the same as unswashed. So,
We have a motion and a second.
Second.
All in favor?
and
Damn it,
that's,
you quicker down here.
and should I said 9,375? All right, you got that.
I got it.
Thank you.
Next item is appointment of ACCG Legislative County Voting Delegate, Legislative Leadership Conference Business Session.
Yes, sir. This is to appoint someone to go to the business session of the ACCG Legislative Leadership Conference on October 10th. The purpose of the session is to consider policies to be adopted by the membership and other business that may come before the body. They would be voting on those matters, and to be clear, this voting delegate is not the same thing as the legislative delegate, which is a little surprising. But Mr. Jean is our legislative delegate, and he volunteered to be the voting delegate at the legislative conference.
Well, we were about to make him whether he agreed or not. And I know he's listening.
I spoke with him about it.
So I make the motion to appoint Gene King.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second, all in favor?
All right.
Okay. Number 3 is update fee schedule for building and zoning.
Yes, sir, Mr. Vice Chairman. The legislature recently passed House Bill 461, which changed the way that building, planning, and zoning can charge for permits and fees. Instead of doing fractionals or a multiplier, they went with a flat rate. Cassandra has gone back and crafted the fee schedule that is in front of you, and I will have her up here to answer any other questions you may have.
The fee schedule that's in front of you right now basically is what we actually already charge.
Separate pay. Inundated.
Yes.
It's already basically what we already charge. I just have it broke down for you to explain it a little bit easier. I'm just gonna go through the first one as a residential home. We already charge the application fee and a review fee. And right now we're charging, if you do an 8% factor on the value of it, it averages out to about 43 cents a square foot. And we're just asking to go to 45 cents to make it simpler. And I've done that throughout the whole fee schedule. And where some of it was based on BTUs, we have it in there based on flat rate according to the BTUs, along with your application fees. None of them have really gone up more than maybe a penny or 2 cents. It's just we're just going with the flat rate now rather than the 80% multiplier based off value.
And having it in this manner makes it easier for our permitting software because that is how it calculates it. It didn't use a multiplier. They had to do an extra couple of steps. But now with this, it makes it a little bit easier for them.
That is correct.
Good. Was there an effective date for this to take
It
place?
actually went into effect July 1st.
Okay. So it's not retroactive, it just
No.
been, we passed it, so,
Yes, ma'am. And as soon as it's passed, I can go and put it into our system with the flat rates.
So the House bill went into effect July 1st.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this will
sir.
go into effect of what date?
Tonight, for you guys.
July 1st.
tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight. Okay.
You can't
That's
retroactively
what-
pass your.
Yeah, it was going to effect tonight.
23rd.
We're making it sound like we could.
Okay.
All right?
And having been the recent recipient of a building permit, I'll make a motion for us to adopt the fee schedule as outlined, proposed, effective July 1.
Second.
No?
Wait a minute, effective July 23rd.
Excuse me, July 23rd.
Second.
All right.
Beat you.
Motion and second. All in favor?
It's competition now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Get ready, Amy, 'cause we're on number 4 now. Approved purchase of 3 fire engines from Coweta County Fire Department.
Start. Okay, so I got a call about a week ago. Coweta County's purchasing 5 new engines to replace some vehicles in their fleet. They asked me, they said that they knew we were in our situation and we're growing and things like that. And they're like, these are good trucks. We'd like to offer them to you guys first. So I had the opportunity to go take a look at one of them. They were doing some routine maintenance on it in their maintenance facility in Coweta County. I think they have 5. The guy recommended that we purchase these 3. He said these were the best 3 of the trucks. These are 1,500 GPM pumps with 1,000-gallon tanks on them. They do have the capability of doing the quick drops. They do have the drop tanks mounted on the side of them. They do have some Hurst hydraulic extrication tools that they're going to let go with the trucks. All the ladders, all the hose, with the exception of the large diameter hose, which is the 5-inch stuff. They're going to use that on their new trucks. And the exception of some miscellaneous hand tools. They give us the opportunity to purchase each one of these trucks at $12,500 a piece. If we was to buy these trucks straight out in this market, we'd be at $500,000 each, brand new. These trucks have been meticulously maintained. And like I said, Coweta was up front with me and they said, hey, these are the 3 trucks that we would recommend that you buy. They come up with the $12,500 a piece from a broker, had contacted them. He was going to purchase them from them and resell them. But thanks to the relationships that we have and have built with Coweta County, they reached out to us. And they're super nice trucks. They really are.
In my understanding, we'll get them as soon as theirs are delivered.
That's right, and it may be around the November timeframe. These trucks that they're getting in now, they ordered in 2020.
Yeah.
So they're just now coming in. And the reason this was kind of so quick is we've got I think there's 2 other counties looking at them, and they're giving us first options at them. So I wanted to jump on this as quick as we can. I mentioned it to Blue and to Jared, and I haven't put my eyes on the other 2, but they were in service, so they were going on calls. This one was at a maintenance facility. They were doing some routine maintenance on it, and but the other 2 are identical to this. They've also told me they're going with a different manufacturer. Their new trucks are Sutphen versus the Pierce, and he said he had about 2 pallets worth of just miscellaneous parts. We load all that stuff up. We bring it down to our maintenance facility. It's just, there's $12,000 worth of equipment on these trucks that they're gonna let go with them.
And they'll fit in our stations.
Yes, sir. They'll fit in our new stations. I got some volunteer stations that are short. They won't fit in, but I'm looking at putting these 3 trucks as 3 of our frontline trucks as soon as we take delivery of them.
Is there a law that determines the life of a fire engine?
There's a recommendation, but no law. Recommendation's 10 years.
Does the insurance for the county follow that recommendation? Is there any rising cost or any?
No, sir. Not that I'm aware of.
Do we still have that 1970 something fire truck?
Yeah, I got some 50-year-old stuff. And I mean, I got, I think our newest trucks were 2017 when the fire district, we bought 2 brand new trucks. with the fire bond or something like that. But everything else is, you know, quite a bit over, so.
I think it's a good deal. I just worry about the time frame between now and July. You know, if we make the motion, I think that motion needs to be contingent upon review at that time to make sure that they are in the condition that we still or expect them to be in at that point before we move forward. I mean, it would still be a guarantee and a motion, but we would need the time and ability to be able to look at each one and make sure that they're still where we think they should be.
Absolutely, and I think, you know, that right to refuse in there probably, you know, you just put that in there that, hey, look, when the time comes, we may not want but one, you know, or we may only want two, but I just hate to, we need some type of commitment for the three, that way they're not waiting, you know, as long as they're in the same condition, operable, in service, that type stuff. But that's up to you guys.
Do you think a
said that's what it should be.
letter to the, say that we definitely want the three and we gotta have a funding source and pick them up as soon as possible or whatever, but do we need anything legal on it?
I mean, it sounds like they're asking for just a letter of commitment. And you could put in that, you know, it's contingent on them being in a similar condition, or you could, you know, you know, a similar and operable condition. It does say they want a letter. I don't know if you need a formal contract based on the fact they're just surplusing it.
I think Blue had talked to Chief Flanagan as
Yes,
well, so he can probably
Yes,
give more
sir, I
detail on
have.
that.
We can certainly ask if they would want a letter, but I think just the approval of the board to do it, even if it is contingent upon inspection in November, I think they'd be comfortable with that. And if not, we can certainly come back to you and let you know.
So you basically need a motion to move forward with a commitment to the 3 fire engines from.
Well, it does say they need a letter of commitment to purchase them as soon as possible. But I do think that we need to reserve the right to look at those again, because a lot can happen
Absolutely.
to a 14-year-old truck in that amount of time.
Are you gonna come back later with a signage request to, you know, get rid of all the county to county?
I'm sorry,
Are you gonna come back with a signage request for the
Change
vehicle?
the signage on the truck.
oh yeah, we'll probably absorb that in our budget.
Okay.
So we'd get with, well, he's gone, but he usually does our signage stuff on our EMS ambulances and things like that, and I can probably just absorb that in our budget, because really all it's got to be is the county change on it. There's not, they're fire rescue just like we are, so all I got to do is change Coweta to Meriwether. So.
Any more discussion by the board?
Commissioners, the funding source would be SPOS.
SPOS.
That was what I was calculating, because it'll be the second item on SPOS today.
That would bring our current to 156,560 available to spend.
Okay,
So we need a motion.
we need a motion, if so moved, to purchase the vehicles contingent on review.
I make a motion to provide a letter of
Commitment.
commitment to Coweta County for the 3 fire trucks that are mentioned. And I do think that we need to place in there that we reserve the right to review those at the time that they are ready to release, to make sure that they are in the same working order or as close to the same working order as they are currently. Is that close enough, Mike?
I think that'll suffice.
Okay.
That's for a total of $37,500.
To come out of SPLOST.
Funded out of SPLOST. I'll give a motion to have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
I want to drive one day.
Okay, number 5 is a reschedule a called meeting for execution of resolution for T-SPLOST for August 1st, 2024 at 9 a.m.
Sir, this one is it's a simple one. Let me see if I can do this without making it complicated. The meeting for the T-SPLOST, we originally set the date for July 31st because you have to do it 30 days from the last meeting, which was July 2nd. Now, in all likelihood, that's right. That's 30 days. But if anybody wanted to make the argument that you shouldn't count the actual day, July 2nd, it could cause some heartburn. So just for the sake of simplicity, We were requesting that we reschedule the meeting back one day to August 1st at 9 a.m. Elections will be meeting that day at noon, so we will scurry right down to their building.
I will be here.
Oh, you will be here. We won't have to go far. And we'll take care of it, by the way, if y'all don't mind just rescheduling it back one day to August 1st, 9 a.m.
Okay. Any discussion among the board or a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Item number 6 is sheriff vehicle purchase consideration.
Vice Chairman, Commissioners, we have received an insurance check in the amount of $23,553.84 for the vehicle that was involved in an accident about a month ago that was deemed a total loss. The Sheriff's Department is in dire need of replacing this vehicle. Behind you have a quote for $44,000 for a 2023 Dodge Durango. Staff recommends approval of the $20,500 for this Dodge Durango, as well as an additional $15,000 for the outfitting. This brings a total of $35,500. Now, ACCG did charge us the $10,000 deductible, and they did the investigation. Meriwether County was not at fault, so we are expecting to get a $10,000 deductible back from another insurance company, so that would lower that liability on our end, plus supplemental for the equipment that was in there as well. So out of the $35,500, we may be looking at a little over $20,000. And this is for a vehicle that the Sheriff's Department desperately needs. Staff recommends, finance recommends the funding source be SPLOST, and that will bring us down to $121,000 available to spend if we put in a $35,500.
How much are they supplementing on the interior stuff?
We don't know yet. I'm still waiting on that. So I've been back and forth with them with email, and I know that the claims adjuster had actually emailed the one that came out to look at it, so we're still waiting on that amount.
So whatever motion, if we decide to do this today, needs to be up to that amount.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
And the funding source, SPLOST?
It'll be SPLOST.
Is it SPLOST
and
the
the
insurance
and the
check?
insurance check. So it'll be the insurance check, we'll pay for the 23, and then the SPLOST will pay for the difference of 35.5. And any reimbursements we get back will go back in the SPLOST if the insurance gave us back
So
$10,000.
none of the inter-radio systems,
From my understanding, none of the equipment was usable or can be transferred over to the new vehicle.
The new vehicle won't hold the certain equipment, so they have to get different equipment.
I think the previous vehicle was a Ram pickup, and this is gonna be a Dodge Strago. And for $44,000 in this market, that's a good deal for a patrol vehicle.
And if we get the reimbursement for the deductible and the
It'll go back
interior
in the
components,
SPLOST.
it goes back in the SPLOST.
Yes, sir.
Does that need to be in the motion?
Yes, sir.
what is
And
it?
any additional supplements that comes in.
What's the total amount today that we're gonna put not to exceed?
35.5.
$35,500. We spoke to Lieutenant Gilbert, and he estimated $15,000 for outfitting.
So I think it's 35.5 from SPLOST.
Right.
Yes.
And application of the insurance check.
Correct, for the purchase of the vehicle and outfitting.
And then note that the deductible reimbursements will go back in the
If that-
SPLOST
if-
when they're received.
Yes.
So that'll bring it down to 25,000.
Maybe
Could be even lower than that. It could be 22, it could be 23, depending on
And
what
if
the supplement.
15,000 for outfit, what is that, radios?
The sirens, the lettering, the radios. I mean, basically, you're taking a stock vehicle and you gotta outfit it to
So
the
they won't
specs
take
of
the
sheriff's
radios
department.
out of the truck that was wrecked.
They won't fit in the new one.
I think one of the biggest impacts is the cage, like that separates the
Yeah.
driver from the person in custody. That's a big cost.
All right. Any more discussion, or do we have a motion from the board? I'll make a motion.
I make a motion, we approve it, $35,500.
Not to exceed that? Is that right? Not to exceed 35.5? Not to exceed
Not to exceed
35.5?
35,500.
From SPLOST,
From
with the
SPLOST.
application of the insurance proceeds of $23,553.84.
Yes.
And the
Per-
10,000 to reimburse.
Legal advice.
With any deductible that's returned to us to be reimbursed into the SPOS account.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second, all in favor?
Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah, it is.
All right. That is all of the new business, so moving on to the report from county administrator.
All right, just reminded, I sent out an email, where we want to set up a fleet management, work session in August. If y'all could, don't mind just, getting back to me, ask for any dates that won't work with you so we can, kind of work around those. Regarding the, road patch, project, Mr. Theron had asked that, any roads that you think, might need to be included, please get those to him. We'll be considering, where all exactly we need to go with that.
They don't have a list already?
Mr. Bill Cawthorn has a list. When he gets back, he'll provide that to us as well. He's out of the office. So.
Okay. When he, Mr. Theron made the request, I don't know if we're looking to tack on to it or consider anything beyond that.
If y'all have any recommendations as well.
Right. Of course, we continue to work on the personnel matters. Jail update, plumbing project might be around 50% done. Locks and doors, maybe around 50% as well. Courthouse roof, Mr. Theron is speaking with the gentleman about the roof, and he wants to come in and of course lay eyes on it. They're setting up a meeting time. Recently had our public facilities work session. I think I'll participate in that. I think those very productive, where we had a lot of fruitful thoughts as far as needs and options and how we move forward. That gives us a lot to consider. Had a quick IDA meeting today where they met with a large employer to discuss the taxes and whatnot. That was nice to be a part of. Had our department head meeting. Continue to look at road issues and maintenance issues, of course. We had a fireworks closeout meeting just to discuss, kind of lessons learned and whatnot. And, I can't say enough about how well everybody did and how great the event turned out. There's just always room to continue to, further improve beyond that. We're very encouraged by that. We looked into some safety regulations regarding defoliant. And of course, as always, email updates every now and then to commissioners as we go along. And that's all I have to report.
All right, yes, sir, commissioners. Last week, Public Works had 5 individuals go through motor grader training. We had very good response from that. We had very good feedback, and we're looking to continue that with other classes in the future. Attended Chief Stevens' graduation this past week, last week. He had a number of firefighters and recruits graduate, a couple of EMTs, and then I think one paramedic. It was very inspiring to see the firefighter recruits and their families and the response that they had and just the pride in them. As Jared mentioned, the courthouse roof bid, the meeting is tomorrow at 4 p.m. just to look at it and get feedback from the engineer. I'm sorry, it's not a roof bid meeting. We're meeting about the roof. So Public Works, like I said, continuing to work with training. We had an all-hands meeting this morning with Barry and the rest of the staff. That went very good. Again, good feedback. And then a meeting with planning and zoning and the IDA. So very, very positive work done this week. Again, thank you for the facilities discussion yesterday, and we look forward to bringing some details to you.
All right, got a report from county commissioners. Mr. Platt?
I don't think I had anything that I remember.
Okay. Commissioner Threadgill?
I don't have anything either right now.
Wow. Commissioner Collins?
I just like to say thank you. I just like to thank staff, all the county employees, and we got a lot of things going on, working within the county, trying to get some things fixed, and that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Same thing, just thank everyone for the hard work you're doing, the board and the staff and all the employees. A lot of good things happening, so I appreciate everyone's help and commitment. Report from the county attorney?
I have no report, and I don't think we have a need for executive session tonight.
We actually do, personnel.
Personnel, okay, never mind.
Okay.
I thought we were gonna get,
I tried.
It should be pretty sure.
I'll go ahead and read the future meetings before we go into there. Next meeting will be August the 1st, 2024 at 9 a.m. Next one is August 14th, 2024, regular meeting at 9 a.m. August 27th, 2024, regular meeting at 6 p.m. Be closed for Labor Day, Monday, September the 2nd, 2024. And then September 11th, 2024 is a regular meeting at 9 a.m. Do I have a motion to go into executive session? So moved.
second.
All in favor? We're in executive session at 6:50. In the regular session?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? You gotta get quicker. No action taken in executive session. Is there any more items that need to come before the board at this time? If not, can I get a motion to adjourn? So moved.
Motion to adjourn.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? We adjourn.